I mean, it's the
outside
Iron
of just
Bowl.
your SEC.
It lost a lot. It lost a lot of hype last week.
SEC
Guys,
bias.
it's not hype. Like this is, and we're gonna get into this in a second, and we're already running on 45 minutes, by the way. But like, is this not a top 3 rivalry in college
What's
football?
going to talk about this week?
We didn't talk about it last year. I don't think because we were like, who cares?
I'm just saying, is this not a top 3 rivalry in college football?
It is a top rivalry, yeah.
Auburn was 2 weeks away from coming off of a great road win against Arkansas, winning by 38. I can't explain everything that happened last week. I have no idea. I didn't watch the football game. The vibes aren't great. But guess what? Like, do I think Auburn is going to be up for this game? Absolutely. Despite what I've heard from Freeze and the press conferences and things like that. It's fucking Alabama's coming to town for with 10 to try to go to the college football playoff, and they're already going to the SEC championship game. Like, this is a big deal. The spread's huge. Everybody else is on Alabama. That's fine. I mean, Alabama, you've played Chattanooga, Kentucky, and LSU the last 3 weeks. I am not convinced your offense is all of a sudden world beaters. So Jalen Milroe, go there, take apart that defense, do what you do. I will see it myself. I think Auburn will find ways on the ground to handle this. Now, I think Alabama's defense is a world beater, and I think it's going to be ugly. But I think Auburn will find a way to cover. I can see this being a 21-10 game. I think it's going to be low scoring, and that's where I see it. But to think it's going to be an absolute massacre, no question.
No,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, what do we get out of mentoring Auburn in this situation? I'm not saying I'm picking against some of the ATS board. I'm not saying I'm picking them. I'm just saying in general, there are games that mattered more to the college football landscape in this situation than this one. Agree? Disagree?
I agree. No, it's the rivalry itself. It's rivalry weekend. This is what we do.
It's correct.
Bama by 21.
Bama
by 21 or more. This Auburn team is atrocious. They lost 90% of their fan base last week. This ain't going to be the normal Iron Bowl. I get what you're saying. Auburn's had down years and still competed in this game. Not this style of Auburn. Man, oh man. They just paid a $2 million paycheck to get their ass kicked.
I get it. Like everybody's argument like last week, but like I think I said this earlier in the year. Let's not like overreact. I get it. It was New Mexico State and they came in and whooped their ass. But these are 20-year-old kids. Like I think they can turn it around and keep it relatively competitive.
Reese, how about you?
Yeah, to Schaefer's point, I mean, Georgia did go in there this year. I mean, they only won by 7 or 10, I believe, whatever it was. So, like, there's that aspect to it, too, which makes it maybe possible. But I have no faith that Auburn's really going to be able to pull off the upset here and shock the world. I think Bama goes in there and just handles them.
Perfect. I don't want to, like, I just want to act like I'm kissing ass here. I'll take Auburn as well. I think it just gets ugly. Just an overlook situation. But how do you overlook the Iron Bowl? It's this whole thing, right? But on the ATS board, I'll take Auburn. I need to make up ground on Reese is mostly the reason I'm going the other way. And I also need to make up ground on Schaefer, but getting me to second doesn't win. I got to go to first, right? So that is our 3 previews for week 13 and rivalry week. We're going to